I'm here with Jeff Cohen with the TRPA. How are you doing today, Jeff?
Very good, thanks.
Thank you so much for being here today. So what does the Tahoe Regional Planning Agency do?
We are a bi-state agency that was created by California and Nevada to unify environmental planning standards around the entire basin, because there's so many different jurisdictions, so many different land managers and landowners. So they needed one organization to bring everybody together to agree on standards for things like capping development, transportation programs, watershed restoration programs, and even helping get forest fuel reduction projects done.
I mean, that sounds amazing. You know, there was something just about the lake clarity recently, how the research shows it's not improving anymore. Could you tell me what projects are going on surrounding that?
So lake clarity has always kind of been a bit of an indicator, is like what's the health of the entire watershed. And I mean, for a lot of people, it's also the greatest asset. So when the states created TRPA, one of their big focuses was, how do you protect the lake itself? And we know that from scientists that the lake clarity was actually going down and down, like through the 1970s, 80s, and 90s. And we had stepped in and stopped overdevelopment, and we had passed really good high environmental standards for new development. But what hadn't happened is we hadn't started going back and fixing all the damage of the past. So a lot of the watershed was damaged before TRPA was here by development practices. Marshes and wetlands were filled in, but our roadways deliver a lot of pollutants to the lake as well. So we've been working really closely with a lot of agencies, including scientists in the basin, to make sure that we're getting projects in the ground that are going to protect lake clarity and that hopefully will restore it. So the restoration plan for lake clarity is actually way out. It's like 2076 is when we project to be seeing the historic clarity return completely. And in the meantime, pollutant load reduction projects are happening everywhere on the basin. We're meeting all the targets. So the clarity report shows not getting better, not getting worse. And that's kind of like, it isn't necessarily telling us that what we're doing now is or isn't working also. It's a little bit ambivalent. There's a lot of fluctuations in weather and things like that that can change lake clarity from year to year. But we do need to stay on top of new threats, emerging trends, things that maybe are out of our control, like climate change, aquatic invasive species. So that's what we're doing with lake clarity right now, is we're studying not that if we're doing the right things, but rather if we need to do something else.
I really like the sound of that. There was a little bit of that fear that I think when people were reading all those titles and headlines of like, lake not improving, it wasn't getting worse. And I think that's important. And thank you so much for all the work that you've done.
Yeah, no problem.
Perfect. I was Jeff Cohen with TRPA.